Oxford Movement. It is also referred as Tractarian Movement. It originated in the year 1833, around July. Why this movement took place, why it began, that is the question. This movement began as a result of a sermon by Keble on the subject of national apostasy, a sermon against the latitudinarian attitudes of the time. What does apostasy and latitudinarian means? Let's see. Apostasy refers to the abandonment of a religious belief or a political belief. So he gave this sermon on the subject of national apostasy, how people are abandoning religious belief. And then it was against the latitudinarian attitudes. Latitudinarian attitude refers to an attitude where no preference is given for various creeds and forms of worship. Okay, so he gave this sermon on the subject of national apostasy and it was given against the latitudinarian attitudes of the time. What are the important works of this time? The very important work of Oxford movement is the Tracts of Times. It is not a single work, it was written over the years, and it is a series of 90 theological publications by members of English Oxford movement, which is an Anglo-Catholic revival group. Now, this term Anglo-Catholic revival group, here is the answer. Why it is referred as Oxford movement? What all this revival has to do with Oxford? So it is called Oxford movement because the members or the notable figures involved in this movement had studied in Oxford. So one must know why it is called Oxford movement. Now notable figures include John Henry Newman, Froude, and Pusey. And important works of John Henry Newman are Loss and Gain, The Idea of University, and Apologia Pro Vita Sua, which translates to Defense of One's Life. And it was a reply to Kingsley. Kingsley attacked John Henry Newman and he replied by writing this particular work, which translates to defense of one's own life. Then another important work is The Christian Year in the year 1827 by John Keble. And at last, let's discuss what is the aim of this movement. After all, why this movement was initiated. It was initiated to bring Church of England back to its Catholic roots. So that was the aim of this movement.